Yolanda, thank you so much for joining us here on AERZENtalks. You an ambassador for the IUCN. See?
International Union for the Conservation of Nature. Correct. Yeah.
How did you become an ambassador for this?
I think it's something that just happened organically. Being passionate about this purpose, which is creating positive impact for the environment. I think it started off by heading the environmental group of the Swiss Business Council. And through that role, I got to meet a lot of interesting and important people. And one of them was Emmanuel Danchard of the IUCN. And it just flow into, let's say, to that moment where I got the offer to act as ambassador for the Congress that will take place. It's starting in a couple of days. So on the 8th of October, it's really amazing that we have this Congress in the UAE. The president of the IUCN is none other than an Emirati.
Okay.
It's Razan Al Mubarak, and she served 4 years. She did it so well. Headquarters is in Glon in Switzerland. She's been re-elected. So basically what's happening, how is it different? Let's say, how is it different in other organizations? Other organizations gather mostly governments and NGOs. Here, being the world's largest organization, a membership organization, they also gather governments, sub-governments. So we will have next week head of states, we will have NGOs, but in addition to that, we will also have here in our playground big philanthropists, so the public sector. I'm not going to use names, but
Yeah.
maybe you have heard about these big philanthropists who want to do good, want to create positive impact. We're also going to have about 100 youth change makers who's being flown in from all over the world, come to tell us their stories, what's happening back home in Australia, in the Amazonie, in Africa, you name it. They're going to be flown in by the IUCN for the Youth Summit that will take place in parallel with the Congress. And they're going to tell us these stories. They're also going to bring their amazing ideas. Young entrepreneur who has brilliant ideas, and they're coming to show and tell, if I can say. And then these philanthropists will have the opportunity to see what they present, what could be, I want to say, copied and paste. Yes, so it's their ideas, their technologies, their initiatives that could be deployed in the world to bring positive change.
That's amazing. How long is this going to go on for?
So it's going to be from the 9th till the 15th. So what's happening? All these heads of states, NGOs, philanthropists, young change makers, they sit in parliament. So it's literally the Congress for a few days where environmental laws and notions get passed, and then up to date, to give you an idea, more than 1,500 environmental laws have been adopted on governmental level, and it originates from the IUCN's Congress that takes place every 4 years. And we are so lucky to have it in the UAE. Exactly, yes.
Yolanda, tell us, where did your passion come from for this? Because not everyone, there's usually a story behind it. So where did you...
There definitely is a story. In my case, I think my story started as a young girl running around barefoot in Africa, in South Africa, in the bush. I grew up in the very northern parts of South Africa, near Botswana, Mozambique, so about 2,000 kilometers up south from Cape Town. And I think the love of nature is really instilled at a very young age. And that's when it happened for me, falling in love with nature. I have a family who's still today very much involved with nature conservation. And then just living a life, I've tried to live a life close to nature and protecting it by all means, so that I feel that's my passion that became my purpose. Yes, we have many hats that we wear, all of us, no? But I think we have to put on a hat that is the protection of the environment, of nature, biodiversity, because that is the future of this planet.
And you're very passionate about it. Do you find it easy to be passionate, or do you find it difficult? Do you find that you're up against it, or do you find people are resistant or open ideas, or
What I find, beginning from my home and then my organization, my company, is people are more and more open-minded by doing small change, because it's really those small things that's adding up, and that mind shift. So it starts with at home. If you're going to recycle at home, if you're going to take care of what you throw in down your sinks, no, how you not waste food. And we all have food waste, but what do you do with your food waste? There's so many things we could, like composting, or at least let it not end up in landfill, but these waste technologies that we can use to rather let it go back into earth, if I can say, into the recycling, water recycling system. So many things. The resistance, I feel, is really not big, especially in this city. This city is very much avant-gardist. They want to bring change in there from the developments, like the sustainable cities, the sustainable projects. From I talk about Dubai South, which is the region of the future. It's all about sustainability. So I don't feel a lot of I want to say people resisting to it. No.
have you seen, because we spoke earlier and you're here 1 or 2 years like myself, have you seen a big change from when you
22 years.
Yeah, 20. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm 20.
20.
I'm-
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. Wow, that's a long time.
But have you seen such big changes? Have you seen the mindset of people change? Have you seen the city change? Yeah.
Absolutely, yes, definitely. In the last years, especially, like from top down, from bottoms up, I think everyone, they want to actively get involved in bringing positive impacts, in reducing carbon footprints. If I take it as head of the environmental group with the Swiss Business Council, when we meet very often, every 2 weeks, we learn from our multinationals, our SMEs, what they do in their organizations, what initiatives they have, because what we learn from them, and then we can share that knowledge. We can share what they do in their organizations to bring it down to every SME, for example. So it's really enriching this exchange of conversation, sitting down with business leaders in these multinational organizations, and then see how we can bring that down, we water that down to the SMEs. So yeah, once again, not resistance, it's more esprit of collaboration and sharing knowledge, so that we can bring down our carbon footprint. And I weekly I learned that, for example, one company, they incentivize their employees for buying a specific type of vehicles that is less pollutant than others. And also how they get, for example, preferred parking slots. If they commute, they also get incentivized. So exactly, it's really amazing to know. And again, that learning can then go to other companies, how they can incentivize.
It can snowball.
Exactly.
It can
Yes,
snowball.
yeah, that's
Your company, for example, tell us from your company what you've done to implement sustainability.
we started implementing green tech or green technology in my company, which is we are in construction, so fit out, renovation, remodels. Since 12 years, we have handpicked different technologies, different things that we can implement in our projects that is good for the environment. So I think, as I mentioned earlier on, one thing is we all need water heating, no? We all need a hot shower, a warm shower. Maybe not a hot shower in the UAE, but a warm shower. And when we, for example, move from the conventional water tank boiler type technology, where it's heating 24/7, no, in our apartments, our villas, and sometimes in a villa you would have 4, 5, and even more of these 120 liter holding tanks that constantly use energy. So if you go from that to, for example, an instant water heater that doesn't have a holding tank, you only use electricity when you need to take your hot shower, like that, instantly, or when you wash your dishes. So
Do you find that the technology is becoming cheaper and more ready to be available as opposed to like
absolutely,
choose not to do it?
exactly, because this technology is from Germany, pioneer in this what to say industry. It exists since, I want to say, hundreds of years, not hundreds, but like they are already more than 100 years standing. This company, this technology, maybe not, but so it's long-standing companies. It's technology that's already in use for many years in Europe, in France, Germany, Switzerland, Italy, but it's finding its way to the UAE. I'm very proud to say that we were the first company bringing this technology here. So that's one thing, but there are so many things. There's water filtering systems so that we combat plastic. No, we want to not see the plastic ending up in oceans, in our oceans. So already that by, instead of using plastic water bottles, no, what can we do at home or in our office to not have that anymore? So it's simple. You just install a water filtering system and you combat that. So many of these different things, little things, exactly. UV reflectant paint. You can reduce your heat in your apartment, a villa, by 30%. So then you use less electricity because you use less AC. If you have district cooling, again, you use less energy. So all these little
And then I suppose
things.
with in the long term, then these are going to come back to you. The cost will come back. Like it'll be beneficial over a long.
Absolutely, absolutely. You mentioned, yes, maybe initially there is a slightly higher investment cost for these type of technologies, but they're getting, if I have to compare them from 10 years back, much more affordable. But then remember, sustainability is also about longevity, no? So how long? Some technologies, they last for 2-3 years, and if you're gonna implement a technology that's maybe lasting you 10+ years, so you have to make the calculation and you see your ROI. You have it, and then you have savings. No.
Let me ask you, going forward, what excites you?
Going forward, definitely the youth. So and here I'm going to speak about Rotary. So Rotary is a community service organization. I'm sure you might have heard about it. Usually Rotary serves the community. I want to say the human side of the community. I am currently president of a club called Rotary Club Eco Dubai. So we focus on the environment. So we serve the environment. In which ways? We try every year to identify different environmental projects or initiatives that will create positive impact. So it could be going to a school and eradicating the plastic bottles. So installing filtering centrals at school where they can just fill up their bottles without the plastic. It could be what we have done is mangrove planting, because mangroves are an amazing way of combating our carbon footprint. They are just the lungs of the earth, the mangrove. So that a lot of education. And one of the things that we have done is we have launched or chartered a youth group. So Rotary as the youngsters, and we call it interactors. So
What age would they be at?
they are between 13 and 18 years. So we have constituted a group of 62 youngsters, and they're eager to learn about what they can do to bring positive impact.
And are you excited for the youth?
I am, because they want to bring change and they want to learn, and they are change makers. So they are the future, and that's why my focus is to bring knowledge to the youth, because they are going to take care.
Well, hopefully with you leading, they'll get there quicker. Yolanda, it's like,
I have to say,
yes,
my experience these days with AERZEN, and also to learn about this technology and how it plugs into sustainability, is just amazing. And to know that 45% of the world's water recycling systems is based on this technology is amazing. So it's a company that's really resonating with sustainability. It's their core activity, but they're doing so much good by doing this. So
Yolanda, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. And we'd love to have you back again. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.